We heard the comments you were making about the Undertaker and stuff. That was on what show?
Ariel
was that?
Hawani.
Yeah, we played the audio yesterday.
We played the audio, and it was the first, I think, very candid interview you had about that situation. You have anything to add to that? Like why that happened?
No.
And a lot of people, are you willing to deny that this isn't some kind of work for WrestleMania? Because a lot of people are bringing that up on websites.
Why would I want to promote a show that I'm not even on? You know?
Well, that's just it. Are you? See, that's what they say, though. Well, they're like, oh, well, you know.
From here, I'm actually going to Atlanta.
They won't let it go, though. We played the audio yesterday.
I know. You know how people are.
It's a work, see? You don't understand.
You know the wrestling fans.
Right. But Brock is saying it's a real fucking beef he's got with The Undertaker. You didn't explain, and I guess it's too personal, what was actually said, which is fine. I mean,
you know, it boils down. It's really freaking... I mean, it's really nothing other than, you know.
It was such an odd thing to happen. Like, after that was a huge fight. I mean, obviously, you were not happy with the results.
No.
You walked out of there, and then to have something like that happen was kind of like, what the fuck am I looking at here?
Yeah, it was just a weird deal. I mean, it was. I got out of the octagon. I didn't know where I was. Kind of, you know, I knew where I was, but I mean, it was like, and I'm walking out, and I had heard that he might be there, and you know, so I wasn't, you know, it was just one of those weird. You bump into somebody, and it's like, yeah. So you really said that about me, and or, you know, so.
By the way, calling him Mark in that interview was brilliant because it just, that's the one thing that really made me laugh in that. It's like Undertaker, the undead, this, that, the other thing. It's like, oh yeah, Mark. And I was just laughing like, oh, that's a screw turner right there. Mark!
I just thought it was shitty timing. It's like, you know, a guy loses a real match. I mean, it was you know, the heavyweight championship, and to pull some shit like that on the way out.
Yeah. It's not your fucking.
I don't
even
know why he was there, really.
It's not your show, Lars.
Yeah,
I guess he likes MMA though. He's been to a few.
Yeah, he does, and I used to, you know, hang out. I mean, we're acquaintances. Everybody, you know, I don't keep in touch with anybody from there. You know, it's all, you know, you keep your friends close and your enemies closer in that business, and so it just is what it is.
Is it a very backstabbing kind of business?
I think I still got some knives in there.
Well, there has to be a certain amount, and you brought it up, a certain amount of jealousy as far as the fact that, look, you're in MMA. You're very popular. I mean, you're one of the faces of MMA. And a lot of those guys could never do what you do. Yet, at the drop of a hat, you could always just go back and do what they do.
Yeah, you know, I mean, here's the beauty of what I've been able to do is I've been able to pave my way because of who I am, you know, my amateur background and whatnot. But when you're in that business, the guy that's stroking the pencil is in charge. I'm in charge of my own destiny in this game that I'm doing. And when you're working for a company like that, you're not.
Is that why you wanted to leave?
Well, I left for a number of different reasons, and you know, I'm here to promote The Ultimate Fighter that is airing tonight, and also I got a tell-all book that's coming out May 24th. And
oh shit!
So I go into why I decided to leave the company, and there was some other reasons.
Because MMA is harder. I mean, it's like not that wrestling isn't a grind, but MMA, you're really being hit a lot harder than you're getting hit in wrestling. In the face. I mean, guys like Shane. First of all, Shane Carwin. How did you survive that? I couldn't believe that you kept kicking him off.
I got a head like a horse.
I have other things like a horse.
Ass.
You brushed over one thing. He's a true athlete, and you know, MMA is a real sport. I mean, the wrestling thing is entertainment, so he probably felt the competitive edge, and you wanted to get into fighting.
Yeah, I mean, it was just the time. I wasn't built for the road. I wasn't built for being on the road 300 days a year. You know, it wasn't for me.
They kill you. We've had a lot of you. Well, I mean now
a lot of you guys.
No, I meant
a lot of you guys.
Yeah. No, I meant wrestlers. We're friends with a lot of the guys, and that's the one thing that comes up a lot. It's like the grind will kill you.
Yeah, it's a grind.
So when you were fighting, I got to say too, because I watched the Kane fight. Was really, I was surprised he beat you. I know you were obviously surprised. Did he hurt you with there was an elbow it looked like he hit you with that was inadvertent. It didn't look like he meant to do it. I don't know why I had to explain inadvertent. You know, fucking dope I am. Say a word and then.
We inadvertently hired him.
Inadvertent is something you say when you come too fast. That was inadvertent. I apologize. I'll pay for the cleaning. So did he hit you with an elbow that kind of? It looked like right before he pounced on you, he hit you with an elbow.
Well, I've reviewed the fight quite a bit, and the thing that we picked up is there was a scramble that we got into, an exchange where then he shot in and took me down. I was able to get back up to my feet, and there was just a left. I don't know if it's an uppercut or a hook that catches me right on the button, and that's where I end up spinning, lose my equilibrium, and then we get into another scramble. He hits me with a knee, which pretty much puts me on the street that I on the clear street.
Did you know when you got hit with the uppercut? Does it flash through your mind like, oh shit, I'm in trouble? Oh shit.
Yeah. You know when you can't. When your mind is telling your body to do something, it's not reacting. That's a shitty place to be.
And you know he's not in that position.
Yeah, he's not. So you better just. You're looking for exit stage left. To get your bearings.
Damn, man.
When you tapped when Mir, I mean, when you first fought Frank Mir, it was one like you were new, so that it was something that an experienced guy would get a newer guy with. I mean.
Yeah, he got me in a fair and square knee bar, but I think. I gave that fight to him. I stepped right in for it, and it was just foolish. We had known, and I had trained for that, and for me to actually do it. That's why there was a lot of anger when for the rematch for me. There was a lot
because you trained just for that situation.
Well, we did. You know,
and when it happened, you're probably like, "What did I do?"
Like, fuck.
It was like I was in drilling, and I was like stepping in and giving the guy my legs so I could get out of it. And I gave it to him.
Oh shit!
So it was like dumb shit.
Brock's funny, man.
Do you dislike Mir or no? Because it seems like you hated him.
I didn't dislike him as a person. Nonetheless, I just more disliked him because he beat me.
Is there that like after a fight when you get beat? I mean, do you feel differently about the person, and is it personal or strictly professional?
You know, once you get over the especially if you win, then it's like turn the page. I'm on to the next.
Right, yeah,
so,
sure.
Yeah.
But we forget about that, and but now when you lose, for me anyways, those things haunt me until I can seek revenge.
Now, when you do get a rematch, do you look at what happened when you lost and say? I mean, obviously you're going to say, I'm not going to let that happen again. But do you train differently to so it doesn't happen again? Is there something different in your training?
Yeah, you always want to capitalize and do the best and be better and fix your mistakes, obviously.
And mentally, is there anything different when you go into a rematch that you lost that you're like, oh fuck, this guy did beat me last time? Is it harder?
No, I don't. Not for me, it's not. I mean, I haven't lost a lot in my life.
I know that.
So, but I mean, the losses that I have suffered are painful to me. I've got a loss in 1999 at the NCAA tournament against a guy by the name of Stephen Neal, who plays now I think he still plays for the Patriots. But that's a loss that sticks with you for a long time, and prevented me from becoming a NCAA champion. And I had to, of course, the next year I was, but then Frank Mir and now Cain Velasquez, and so yeah, those are.
Yeah, why are we talking about him getting his ass kicked?
Well, no,
How about
because
his
it's
victories, goddammit?
Well,